One of the most important plants to have in a butterfly garden are host plants. Host plants are specific to the type of butterfly that you want to have in your garden. For example, right behind me is my wild lime, which is a host plant for giant swallowtails. And this Bahama senna is a host plant for sulfurs, the cloudless sulfur and the orange barred sulfur in particular. If you want a particular butterfly to visit your garden, definitely add their larval host plant. Female butterflies are looking for host plants to lay their eggs on, and male butterflies are looking for female butterflies. So it's a win-win situation. Today I'm going to be working on getting more Passiflora incense growing in my garden. This is a host plant for the Gulf Fritillary and the zebra longwing. Passiflora incense is a hybrid between Passiflora incarnata, a Florida native, and Passiflora Cincinnati, one of those. And it's a tropical, I believe, from Brazil. The hybrid, it makes this a very hardy plant for butterfly gardens. And I used to have tons of this in my garden back when I had my Maypop mansion, which was a crop cage that was covered in Passiflora incense, and it got destroyed by Hurricane Milton. Since then, I've seen very few of these butterflies in my garden. Their population was starting to come back, but then our county decided to do aerial spraying for the flooding that had occurred from the hurricane, and that destroyed everything. They were spraying for mosquitoes, but the spray also kills a lot of other things, including butterflies, caterpillars. So I'm doing what I can to get more of this plant growing in my garden to get these butterflies to return. And we're going to make it happen. This plant is a very aggressive grower, and it will come up everywhere in my garden and in places I don't necessarily want it to be growing. So I have been pulling it out and just sticking it in water, and it doesn't look like much of it is rooting. So that's not been working well. But I did pull out these 3 pieces because you can see there's new growth coming on them. So we'll try potting them up and seeing if we can get them to grow. Oh, there's another one. All right, so actually I did get a decent number of them. Although you don't visibly see roots coming out, you can see that they are pushing out new growth. And then right here, I tried sticking some in the little root right cubes, and look at that. That's what I'm gonna go do with these guys so I can get more of them going. There's a sulfur right here. It's a cloudless sulfur, and it's a female, and she is laying eggs on this Bahama senna right here. I just showed you the Bahama senna as a host plant. And now she's flying. See how she's landing and touching and then flying away? We'll see if she comes back. She touches the plant with her feet, and that's how she recognizes that it's a host plant or not. Now she's over there getting some nectar. Root right cubes, I have linked below in my Amazon affiliate links, and I just think these are spectacular for rooting plants. That's what this one is. It looks like the picture. That's what this Passiflora incense is rooted in. They look like this, and you can stick them in rooting hormone. I use Clonex. Since these are all kind of gunky, I'm not going to dip them directly in the Clonex. I'll pour some out in like a little condiment cup. It's like this really dark, inky purpley. Then you just cover the little part that's going in the cube with the rooting hormone and place it in. I'm gonna set these in some of these little cups, and then I'll put a little water in. All right, all set. I'll go ahead and keep this little one with them till they're all ready. These can tend to get spider mites, so I want to put them where they're going to get some good breezy airflow and sunlight. So I'll put them in my little raised bed here with all of my seedlings. And I'm just going to mist them with the hose to get a little bit of water in the bottom of each cup. You don't want to fill the cup all the way, because then the top of the root right cube can get some green fungusy moldy stuff on it. So maybe a fourth of the way or the third of the way, and just make sure you maintain the water level. Just about like that. Then for these little random guys, these are the ones I've been pulling out and putting in the water to root, and you can see that wasn't super successful. So I'm gonna try digging them out and repotting them in my little cups. I've already put holes in the bottom and a little bit of potting soil in there, but maybe if they come out with the soil around them and don't realize they've been plucked out, maybe they'll be happier. See, it's like nothing happened. If you don't tell, I won't tell. I'm just going to go around my garden and see how many of these I can find and collect them. Or the ones I can find that are growing where I don't want them to be growing. Look at, when I dug up this one, I also got this little one, and look at it. It is growing into a piece of pine bark. You can see its root is coming out of the bottom. That's fabulous. And then I put these little cups in there ready to go for when I come across more, because I will. Once you have Passiflora incense, you always have Passiflora incense. This scrappy little pile right here, hidden behind my coral fire spike, as my yard trash pile that I just throw yard trash back here and let it break down and compost. It's not official compost, but it breaks down and goes back into the soil. And it also creates a nice home for my friendly neighborhood black snakes. Just on the other side of it right here, there is a bunch of Passiflora incense coming up. And there's a lot of it that wants to grow here, so instead of fighting it and constantly digging it out and moving it, I'm just going to put a little trellis up here and let it grow. It'll actually make a nice little privacy barrier that my ugly compost pile can hide behind. And I just pulled this trellis piece out of another area, so this will be perfect. I'll just place it right back, kind of behind them. And then I'll tuck them through, encourage them to grow, and give them something to hold on to. And this grows fast. This one's coming from over there, but we're still gonna encourage it. If you want to have a host plant for these butterflies, Gulf Fritillary and Zebra Longwing in your garden, but you don't want one that's so aggressive is going to be coming up everywhere, then you might want to stick with Passiflora incarnata, which is a native. It's the maypop passion vine, or the corky stem passion vine. I can show you the corky stem. I have some right over here. This is a little bit slower growing vine. It is a real pretty vine. It gets little berries on it that'll have the seeds in it, and I have grown it from seed. You can see why it's called corky stem. But this is also a host. The Gulf Fritillaries and Zebra Longwings will lay their eggs on here. Gulf Fritillaries I've seen more often than the Zebra Longwings. And just another note before we move on and go explore my butterfly garden. Zebra longwings like to lay their eggs on passion vines that are in the shade. So if you want zebra longwings, make sure some of your passion vine is in a shady location. Gulf fritillaries prefer a sunnier location. All right, let's explore my garden. I have something very cool to show you. It's not butterfly related, but it is plant related. I have a huge split leaf philodendron right here. And look at this. There is a leaf stem growing right out of the middle of the plant. Is that weird or is that a normal thing? It's growing right out of the middle of a leaf. I said plant. I should have said leaf. But not only once like an anomaly, but right next door, look, there's another one. What is that? I do not recall noticing this before. So y'all let me know what the deal is. I think it's cool though. And a Gulf fritillary just flew into my garden. It's over nectaring on the red pentas. This is one of the butterflies we've been talking about. Oh my, I would love to see a zebra longwing. Oh, and it's gorgeous too. It's got really deep color, which makes me think it's newly eclosed or emerged from its chrysalis. Let's see if we can get in closer. Well, maybe not so new because its other hind wing has a big chunk missing. Or it could be new and there goes my panting dog, and barely escaped some potential catastrophe from a predator. whatever the case, I was happy to see it in my garden. It just flew off again. Look who just flew in. Giant swallowtail. I think it's a female. And I already saw her over scoping out my wild lime. Oh my goodness. If she, when she's done eating, decides to go lay eggs, this would be another fabulous day. Could I get giant swallowtail and polydamas eggs in the same week? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's Wednesday afternoon. I know, afternoon. And this video needs to go up tonight. I have spent the last chunk of hours setting up and installing new router and Wi-Fi, and it's a long story, but y'all, that kind of stuff stresses me out. But I got it done, and with the help of somebody on support with chat, and it's all done. But it ate all my time. I was gonna film more, and I don't know, you know how you just feel kind of flustered after you do something that, you know, you have a small amount of anxiety about, but really a lot of anxiety about, because like my husband works at home. He had to go in to the office today because of the whole internet thing, and then I was left to get it all fixed, which I did. But anyway, it's done. I'm sorry to go on about it. So I'm not going to be able to film what I was going to film, but we'll do a few updates because there are some fabulous updates and some not so fabulous updates. And then I got to go get this video updated, and I'm hoping that the Wi-Fi works and it uploads perfectly. Okay, let me tell you the bad news first. Something ate my sweet baby zinnias. And look, I've got some new ones that just came up. And now I think something's going to eat them tonight. So one of you, Betty, thank you, Betty, suggested that I get some protective netting to put over my little zinnia seedlings to protect them till they get bigger. And so I ordered some, and it should be coming tomorrow. So in the next video, we'll see about that, and hopefully it'll protect my little plants so they can get big. Because I'm just kind of getting tired of things sneaking out at night and eating my plants. And I know I really can't complain because I don't have to deal with rabbits and deer like some of my viewers do. So it's still, though, I mean, you get excited, you plant the seed, it sprouts, you're like, yay, and then no, never mind, because something's gonna come along and eat it. Okay, so for some good stuff, some good news, I have some butterflies to release. 2 polydamas and 1 giant swallowtail. There you go. Oh, look at you glide. Where'd you go? She's over there trying to land on the red trash can, she or he. There we go. Okay, you're good. All right, this one here is tiny. I think it might be, remember I said when I was putting the, oh, there goes one. Polydom. Oh, look! The giant's still hanging around. Okay, this little polydamas is tiny. It might be the one from that little tiny chrysalis because it's a lot smaller than the normal ones. All right, there we go. Wasn't that fabulous? Butterflies make everything better. And there's a monarch butterfly flying around in my neighbor's yard, and my neighbor's yard has absolutely nothing to offer butterflies. Why it's over there, I don't know. There's a golf fritillary flying around out in front in my side yard. There's nothing there for it, but they're not here in my garden, but that's okay. They're around, and seeing them is good. And since I was stuck inside all day taking care of that thing we're not going to talk about anymore, it's possible there have been butterflies in my garden, and maybe they laid some eggs. I didn't have any luck finding caterpillar eggs, but my adorable little Polydelma swallowtail eggs still haven't hatched, but they are changing color, which is a good sign that I might have caterpillars soon. So I'm hoping for the next video I'll have some adorableness to show you. Meanwhile, I did discover some new blooms in my garden, so let's go see those. My lyre leaf sage has decided to just start putting out lots and lots of blooms, and I love it. I think this is the most gorgeous plant, and I love the leaves below, and I don't know, I just love it. It's up here in my Florida wildflower garden, my native wildflower garden. And then right next to it, one of my starry rosin weeds has got about two flower blooms. This one's really close. Butterflies love these, so those are exciting to see. I've also got some more starry rosin weeds coming up. There's another little one down there. And then right here, we've got some more blooms that are going to be a little bit farther behind. And then over here, I have this one potted plant that I got, I want to say from Romance Gardens last year, and honestly, I don't remember what it is, but it is putting out blooms. So I raised it up onto this raised planter so it can be front and center. Look at those cute little orange flowers. Is that not so pretty up against those light colored leaves? I want to say there was a plant that I got. It was like agastache, something like that. Maybe this is one of those. Let me go look it up. But I've got 3 stems with little blooms on them. Okay, well, I went and tried to look them up. I tried to pull up my order. I could not figure out what that is, but I'm sure one of you knows, or one day I'll remember and I'll let you know. And on that note, it's time to wrap up this video. I'm gonna go get it up for you tonight, and hopefully I'll be chatting with you soon in the comments. Remember to tap the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll have baby caterpillars.